Hey guys, it's John and Jackie of OpenLove101.com. Welcome to our show. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the blue bell to be notified of upcoming videos. We get a lot of questions about once people go to a club or to a party, how do you approach another couple or even a single,
right,
and talk about playing or invite them to go play.
right. Like, how do you broach that topic?
Yes.
What do you say? Is there like a magic sentence?
And to start, we were just talking about this before we went on air,
Yeah.
that there was a time where you didn't have any conversation. You just made eye contact, went over, you grabbed him by the hand, and you escorted him to the back, to the playrooms.
There are times where no communication is necessary.
Yeah.
That no words are needed.
But did you feel something there? Did you know he was gonna
That was just like eye contact from across the room. Oh my gosh, it sounds like a Hallmark movie, doesn't it? Yipes. Like it was scripted. But that was what happened. There was just some eye contact, and it's funny because we didn't know each other. So to read the body language of that, I don't know, somehow it just clicked with both of us. And yeah. So sometimes oddly enough, I guess depending on who your play partner is, there really aren't any words that are necessary.
Right.
Now, I don't know I can't think of any other time that's happened with me, but it does happen.
Yes, and then we also talked about a time where we met someone when we were out eating dinner and ended up inviting her to come to the club with us.
Right.
And the three of us were sitting there. Other people were coming up talking to us, and I had asked her, and I had no expectations, by the way. I mean, she was just visiting from out of town, and I'd asked her if she wanted to go into the back and see if anything was going on. She'd never been to a club like that before, so I thought, well, I'll just walk her back there and show her around. That was my plan.
Right.
And we get back there, and I don't know if she had ulterior motives with going back there or not, but we get back there and she starts touching me, and we were close to each other, and that's really the first indication that I had that she was attracted to me in some way, because I really didn't think so prior to that.
Right. But
So-
that can be a way, like that approach, especially if you're in a club, of bringing up the topic, maybe with a single,
Yes.
or even a couple. Maybe inviting, like, hey, let's just all go, in the back. And when we say the back, we're talking about playrooms.
Yeah, it could be in someone's house, and let's go check out the playrooms upstairs.
Yeah, or let's, a way to say, like, there's an area that maybe we'll be able to, be in an environment that's maybe a little more erotic, and see.
Now, in hindsight, I mean, so I'm in our club, so I was just giving a tour.
Right.
I mean, that's really what it was about. If I were in another club that wasn't ours and I asked someone that, I definitely would have, the motive would be different.
The motive would be different.
I mean, I would use that I would say that to her to see if there was anything going, because I think if you're in a club environment or a party and a couple says to you, as maybe they say to us as a couple, hey, do you guys want to go check out the playrooms? That to me means, hey, do you guys want to go have sex with us?
Right.
Or do you want to go play together?
And that can be here's the thing, that can be kind of a safe way for everybody, because it allows you to get feedback from the other couple, because they're either going to say, absolutely, we want to go with you, or, oh, we're just, we're going to have another drink, or we're going to
We're just going to watch tonight. We like watching the people.
Right, so then you'll have your answer of whether that couple is interested or not in you, and then so will the other couple. The other couple is going to know, like, oh, they're interested in us.
Yes.
So that's kind of a sideways approach to finding out if a couple wants to play without actually just coming out and saying it.
Yes.
But that can happen. The actual question of that can happen. But I think oftentimes that's going to come at the end of maybe a long conversation that you have been having with,
I
with
think
the
you're
other
going to get to
couple
know
or
them a
single.
little bit
Yes.
beforehand.
And you're going to be talking about things.
Have you been here before? How often
Right.
do you come?
I mean, maybe you
those
talked for 2 hours with them in the club. So, I mean, it's obvious that everybody is still engaged
Yeah.
in that.
So here's some other ones. Hey, we're going to go check out the back. You want to come with us?
That would be one.
You can be more direct. Hey, you want to go play? Have you guys ever played here before? Let's go check it out.
Yeah.
Someone told me today, hey, you want to get a room? You just, so any things like this, they're like little pickup lines essentially for being in a club. Mm-hmm. Now, once you go back there,
or what about, do you guys play?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Once you decide to go back there with another couple, something else that's important is to establish your boundaries with them if you're going to play. So maybe we're full swap, we are, and they're soft swap. It's important for us to know that before we get back there.
It's important for us to know that.
There are some couples that won't play with a soft swap couple, and there's some couples that won't play with a full swap couple. So you definitely need to make sure that's clear in terms of how far you're willing to go or how much you want to play. And then once that's established, then maybe even some more detail. We'll go back there and play with you guys, but there's no kissing Jackie.
Right.
Because that's one of my rules, no kissing.
Well, and this is the reason that you need to do this, right? Is because you don't want this other couple to be mediating between the two of you, because the two of you aren't like holding true to your boundaries or making those boundaries known. It's not our job to know what your boundaries are. It's your job to let us know what your boundaries are. Just like it's our responsibility to, one, honor our boundaries, and then two, let you know what those boundaries are.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, because that's a big, there can be a big distance between somebody that's full swapping and a couple that's soft swapping. And so that's information that's important to know.
And there are times where I've been asked, does Jackie like to do this? Does Jackie like to play? Does Jackie, and my answer is, because I know our relationship and what our boundaries are. Mm-hmm. And I always say, you'll need to ask Jackie, because ultimately it's her decision about what she wants to do.
Right. And again, that's differences with couples.
Yeah.
Some couples, it's really imperative that both people know, or that the husband or the wife has a say in what the husband or wife is doing. In our particular relationship model, and what we do is, it's John's the one that's going to be playing with whoever it is that he's playing with. So it's not for me to decide whether that's someone he can play with. It's his choice. But again, that's just a difference, and those are important. Those are important differences.
Yeah.
To be aware of. But I think it's always respectful to, if they were to approach you, and then that way it gives you the opportunity to say, well, you can ask Jackie.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's always seemed to work out well for us.
It does. Are there any other ways
to
bring that topic up?
Yeah, I mean, in just the conversation sometimes. Yeah, it can be even early in the conversation if you guys are talking about playing, how many times you've played. You can. I always recommend to people, don't broach the subject of sex right away, even though you're in a club where it happens. Try and get to know them a little bit first. I think that's a little bit more respectful. Mm-hmm. And then at some point, once you're broaching the subject of sex or play, you can find out if they've played in the club before, if they've done anything, and find out what they do. And that's a way to really find out about what their boundaries are. Well, we play separately, or we're in an open relationship. We don't really have any rules. Well, now you know what to expect. It's our first time here. We haven't really established our boundaries yet. That one you might want to be careful about, because you don't know what's going to happen. Oh,
and another one that I'm thinking of. There's kind of an assumption sometimes in the world of swinging or open that all the women are bi and none of the men are bi. So, especially if you're approaching another couple, don't just make an assumption that the woman of the couple is going to be bi, or that the guy is not going to be by. So those are things too, that you want to have that discussion about as well, because sometimes in those settings, there may be, we want the girls to play, but maybe not both girls want to play.
Right. There can be some expectations there, and you might want to clarify those beforehand so it's not uncomfortable once you're back there in the room.
Right.
And you've already taken your clothes off, and now you realize, this isn't going to work for us. You got to put your clothes back on. And
But that's okay.
Yeah, it is.
It's okay if you have to put your clothes back on, do it. But yeah, like if you can be a little more proactive at the front end, then you don't have to worry about where's my sock.
it can make for a better playtime once you get in the playrooms. Yeah. So we hope this helped. Thanks for watching. Sign up for our email list at openlove101.com, and we will send you our newsletter, which will tell you what's going on in our lives, if we have any videos coming out, articles, or anything else. In the meantime, see ya.
So if you want John to button a shirt, click on the link below.